Amidst a busy Chicago morning, a mother's love was confronted with a family's prejudice. Erin Watson constructed skylines and brought up her son proudly. Yet her parents' prejudice hurt, and it hurt her child. This is the tale of a woman defending her son's dignity. Morning sunbeams poured into Erin Watson's kitchen, heating the counter where she filled coffee mugs. Her thoughts jostled the day's responsibilities, a crucial presentation at her architecture company, Oliver's gallery show, and the monthly family barbecue at her parents' place. She groaned under her breath. Mom's probably raving about Lisa's child tonight. Michael, her husband, emerged from the stairs, his hand lightly on her shoulder. Morning. Daydreaming? Erin smiled weakly. Not work, the barbecue. Barbara and Frank, he said, getting it. Concerned about Oliver? Erin nodded, tying her blonde hair back. Her career had shaped Chicago's skyline, but her parents' favoritism stung. They always favor Lisa's family. I'm fine forging my own path, but Oliver's hurting. Before she could say more, 10-year-old Oliver raced downstairs, his backpack slung over one shoulder. In his other hand, a watercolor landscape glowed with vibrant hills. Mom, I'm bringing this to the art show. His eyes sparkled with pride. Erin's heart swelled. It's beautiful, Oliver. Grandma and Grandpa will appreciate it. Oliver's expression fell. Last time, Grandma didn't even notice my artwork. She sat up all night watching Amy's gymnastics video. Erin and Michael exchanged a look, the pain in Oliver's voice audible. Barbara Morrison, 64, retired schoolteacher, dominated the family with a tongue as sharp as a razor. Frank, 66, a war veteran, challenged her seldom. This time will be different, Erin whispered, her tone gentle but wavering. She was trying to reassure herself, too. After breakfast, Erin left Oliver at school and went to work. Her presentation impressed the clients with applause, but her mind wandered to the barbecue. She took Oliver from school and they attended his art show. His artwork elicited gasps, the art teacher exclaiming about his talent. Erin grinned, but wished her parents could behold his genius. Will I show Grandma my painting tonight? Oliver asked hopefully. Course, Erin replied, smoothing his hair. But sometimes one only sees what he wants. Your gift glows regardless. At home, cooking up the barbecue, Erin's thoughts reminisced about gatherings in the past. Barbara and Frank's home was a stage for Lisa's family. Lisa, 32, homemaker, relied on their parents' aid. Her husband, Jason, an agent, fawned over them. Their 8-year-old Amy was indulged rotten, gifts, compliments, attention. Oliver? His art neglected, his value unseen. Erin had survived it, but Oliver's hurt broke the rules. Before he left, Michael's tone was stern. Your mom phoned yesterday. Wanted my opinion on Amy's birthday present, a trip to Disneyland. Erin stiffened, putting down her salad bowl. What did they get Oliver for his birthday? A hand-me-down basketball and a 10-spot, Michael replied, his jaw clenched. This has to stop. We have to stop their behavior. Erin's heart constricted. I don't want to battle my parents, but Oliver not feeling loved, it's too much. On the way to the barbecue in the car, Erin addressed Oliver. Stay calm tonight, no matter what happens. Watch closely, you'll learn a lot. Oliver nodded uncertainly. Okay, Mom. Erin's determination hardened. Tonight wasn't merely watching, it was standing up. She squeezed Michael's hand, his nod unyielding. They were in this together. Pulled up to Barbara and Frank's white 2-story house, Erin experienced a telltale knot. Childhood memories warred with adult frustrations. Here we are, she said to Oliver. Michael squeezed her hand. Ready? Yes, Erin said, her voice steady. She grabbed her quinoa salad. Michael carried desserts and Oliver held his painting tightly. They walked the gravel path to the lush garden, the May sky clear and blue. Under a towering oak, Lisa's family lounged at the picnic table. Barbara sat with Amy on her knee, tying a pink ribbon in her curls. Here, Amy, your favorite, Barbara cooed. She spotted Aaron, her tone cooling. "Oh, you're here." Frank, grilling in a white apron, talked to Jason. "Hey, you're here." He waved, calling. "Fire's on." Aaron put down the salad, forcing a smile. "Hi, Mom, Dad." Barbara looked over at the bowl, pursing her lips. "Salad again? Can't you prepare something a little more sophisticated?" Aaron took a sharp breath. "It's organic quinoa and vegetables, Mom." A hit at the office. Barbara waved a hand. "Fine," she said to Amy. "I baked your favorite cookies, chocolate chip peanut butter." Amy applauded. "Yay, Grandma." Oliver remained still, holding onto his painting. Aaron placed his hand on his shoulder. "Mom, Oliver won an award at his art show." He brought his painting. Barbara hardly glanced. "That's nice." "Amy danced at her recital last week. She's got real talent." Oliver's shoulders slumped. Aaron whispered, "It's beautiful, Oliver." Jason and Frank talked about grilling. Lisa took pictures of Amy. "Michael, beer?" Frank asked. "Sure," Michael replied, his eyes on Aaron. She led Oliver to the lawn. "Try playing with Amy." Oliver hesitated but went over. "Amy, want play catch?" "No way," Amy snapped. "I'm eating cookies with Grandma." Barbara hugged Amy. "Aaron, don't push her. She's having special time." Aaron's jaw tightened. "He just asked, Mom." "Your boy needs to be more social," Barbara said. "Amy's the most popular in her class." Michael touched Aaron's arm, a silent signal to stay calm. Frank bragged to Lisa's family about prime rib from a specialty shop. Aaron frowned. "What's Oliver getting, Dad?" "Take, of course," Frank averting her eyes, turning to Jason's deals. As they approached dinner, Barbara laid out an elegant tablecloth, fancy plates shining. Aaron put her salad, Michael put away the desserts. "Meat's ready," Frank called. They all assembled. Amy received perfect prime rib, Lisa and Jason's plates pink and juicy. Oliver's plate came down, a blackened, charred steak, edges crunchy, center brown. Aaron stood rigid. "Dad, what is this?" Barbara laughed. "It's overcooked, but okay. Boys prefer tough meat." Frank laughed. "Even a dog might pass it." Lisa and Jason laughed, Amy giggling. Oliver's eyes pricked, his lips quivering. Aaron's heart shattered. "Enough." She rose, voice firm but iron. "This is intolerable." Table fell silent. "What do you mean?" Barbara asked, furrowing her brow. "This meat," Aaron said, jabbing his finger at Oliver's plate. "Everyone else receives perfect pieces. Why's Oliver's charred?" Frank shrugged. "It happens. I'll do better next time." Aaron gazed at Oliver, tears falling. She rose, took his plate, and tossed it in the wastebasket. "We're leaving," she said, her voice level. "Michael, Oliver, let's go." "Wait, it's just meat." Frank protested. "Don't overreact." "This isn't meat," Aaron said, turning. "It's disrespect. You favor Amy, ignore Oliver's art, his awards. You mock him. It ends today." Barbara's face reddened. "You're too sensitive." "It's long overdue," Aaron said, taking Oliver's hand. Michael stood beside them, his hand on Oliver's shoulder. Lisa gaped, speechless. Aaron's resolve burned. She'd protect her son no matter the cost. Jason shifted uncomfortably, glancing at Frank and Barbara. Amy, unaware, chomped contentedly on her prime rib. Aaron, Michael, and Oliver departed the garden silently, their footsteps heavy. No one detained them. Inside the car, Oliver's voice was quiet. "Mom, did I do something wrong? Is Grandma mad? Is Grandpa mad?" Aaron climbed into the back seat, wrapping his arms around him. "No, Oliver, this is their fault. You're great." Michael put the car in gear, catching Aaron's eyes in the rearview mirror. "It's okay, champ. Adults get it wrong sometimes, but Mom's got it under control." Aaron wiped away Oliver's tears, her tone stern. I'll make it right, I swear. Pulling away, Erin gazed at her parents' house, a flame burning within her. The car moved through Chicago's night, Oliver sleeping in the back seat. Michael looked at Erin, her fists balled, her jaw set. There were no words exchanged, but the air was charged with determination. At home, Michael put Oliver into bed. Erin stood in the kitchen, making chamomile tea on autopilot, her mind replaying the barbecue. Michael joined her, his hand on her shoulder. "How's Oliver?" she asked, not turning. "Cold," he said. "Tough day." Erin faced him, her eyes wet with anger. "I made tea." They sat on the living room sofa, cups steaming. Erin broke the silence, her voice trembling. They crossed a line. "I've tolerated their favoritism, Lisa, Amy, always first. They ignore my work, but Oliver's tears? I can't take it." Michael nodded, his jaw tight. "Seeing him cry broke me too. It's not just bias, it's cruel." "We need to act," he said. "Cut them off?" Erin's eyes hardened. "No, they need to feel it." "I have a plan." Michael leaned in. "What kind?" "A dinner at our house," Erin said, her voice steady. "We'll call it reconciliation, but serve them what they gave Oliver, scraps. Then a family trip to the Caribbean, everyone invited but them." Michael's eyebrows rose. "You're serious?" "Dead serious," Erin said, her eyes burning. "They'll learn what their actions cost." Late into the night, they hashed out details. Michael shared Erin's pain, her childhood overshadowed by Lisa's spotlight. He'd back her fully. Next morning, with Oliver at school and Michael at work, Erin got to work. She called Carlos Sanchez, her chef friend at Lucille's, an upscale restaurant she'd designed. "Carlos, it's Erin Watson," she said. "I'm planning a dinner, something unusual." She explained the barbecue, Oliver's hurt, her parents' bias. "I need 2 menus, one perfect with prime ingredients, the other identical looking but poor quality, especially the meat, slightly burnt." Carlos paused, then agreed. "I get it, Erin. I'll make it happen." Next, she called Michael. "Trips booked," he said. "Caribbean Blue Resort, first week next month, 7 nights. Big villa for the whole family, except your parents." "Perfect," Erin said, smiling. "I'll invite the relatives." That evening, she invited uncles, aunts, cousins, and Michael's family, minus Barbara, Frank, and Lisa's family. The invitation vowed a surprise family reunion at the upscale resort, accompanied by a note. "Don't let Barbara and Frank in on this, we're surprising them." Responses poured in, eager affirmatives. Aunt Karen appended, "We won't tell Barbara. We've been concerned about the way she treats Oliver." Erin's heart lifted, others noticed too. When Michael and Oliver returned, Erin was in her study, finalizing plans. Oliver peeked over her shoulder. "Mom, what's this?" "Just planning," she said, closing her laptop. "Sometimes people face consequences, Oliver. It's grown-up stuff, don't worry." "Is it about Grandma and Grandpa?" he asked, perceptive. Erin smiled, stroking his hair. "Yes, but I'll make it right." "Need homework help?" 2 weeks later, preparations were set. Erin called Barbara, her voice calm. "Mom, I'd like to invite you for dinner to patch things up after the barbecue. An opportunity to see our new home." Barbara paused. "You were so angry." "I was," Erin admitted. "But family is important to Oliver. He needs his grandparents." Barbara thawed. "Course we must get on. I'll let Frank know." Erin went on. "Lisa's family has other plans, so it'll be just us. More time for you and Oliver." "That's a shame," Barbara said, pouting. Erin suppressed a smile. "It'll be special. Next Friday, 7 p.m. Michael embraced her after the call. "They're coming?" "Yes," Erin replied. "No regrets?" "None," she said firmly. "This isn't revenge, it's a lesson." Friday night, their sleek Chicago residence shone. Fresh flowers sat on the dining table, smooth jazz played. Carlos and his aide prepared in the kitchen, a pricey wine bottle awaiting. Erin, a dark blue dress, her hair pulled back, inspected the arrangement. "Carlos has it taken care of," she said to Michael in a crisp navy suit. "The dishes appear the same, but theirs aren't." Michael tightened his grip on her hand. "You're sure?" "Positive," she said, her gaze unwavering. "They learn tonight. They see the real repercussions tomorrow." Oliver, in a clean shirt, eyed Carlos's assistant, interested. "Ready to go, boss," Carlos said, coming out in his chef's coat. Erin smiled. "Thanks, Carlos." The doorbell sounded. Erin's heart rate increased. She looked at Michael, then Oliver. "Here we go." She opened the door to Barbara and Frank. Barbara wore a beige dress and pearls, Frank a gray suit, both tense. "Good evening," Erin said calmly. "Welcome." Barbara offered a wine bottle. "We brought this." "Thank you," Erin said, leading them inside. Their living room sparkled, high ceilings, abstract art, city views. "What a stunning home," Barbara said, surprised. "You've done well." Frank nodded. "Great investment, this place." Erin smiled. "Hard work pays off. My firm's thriving and Michael's consulting is growing." Michael shook hands with them. Oliver waved shyly. "Hi, Grandma, Grandpa." Barbara's smile was rigid. "Hello, Oliver." Erin clapped lightly. To the dining room. Table shown, silver cutlery, crystal glasses, a chandelier casting warm light. Erin seated Barbara and Frank at one end, herself beside Oliver, Michael opposite. She poured wine, holding up her glass. "To family bonds." Glasses clinked, the air thick with tension. "How are Lisa and Amy?" Erin asked, breaking the silence. Barbara's face lit up. "Wonderful. Amy in ballet, she's talented, her teacher tells us." Erin nodded, reaching for Oliver's shoulder. "Oliver took first at his school art contest last week." Barbara looked over, disinterested. "Oh, congratulations." Frank paraphrased her, his tone flat. Carlos's team provided appetizers. Smoked salmon gazpacho with arugula for Erin, Michael, and Oliver, colorful, crisp. For Barbara and Frank, canned soup, cold and lackluster, served in plates to appear alike. Erin observed their expressions, her scheme developing. The appetizers lay in front of them, brown, oily canned soup for Barbara and Frank, a far cry from the colorful salmon gazpacho for Erin, Michael, and Oliver. "What's this?" Barbara demanded, her tone crisp, looking at the others' plates. "Canned soup on sale," Erin replied quietly. "May be stale, but it's palatable." Frank scowled, gesturing at Michael's plate. "What are they having?" "Special appetizers," Erin replied with a smile. "Carlos prepared them for us. Main course is arriving." Barbara's face contorted as she tasted the soup. "It's tasteless." "Cold." Erin shrugged. "Is it?" "Can't tell, but it's fine, isn't it?" Oliver ate in silence, observing his grandmother's grimace. Michael drank his wine, sharing a look with Erin. The air was thick. Carlos served the main course. Juicy tender steaks with aromatic sauce and brightly colored vegetables for Erin, Michael, and Oliver. Charred, shriveled meat, edges black, rock hard for Barbara and Frank. Barbara's face reddened, her fork stabbing the steak. "This is inedible." "What's the joke?" Erin's voice was firm. "It's a little overcooked, but that's okay, isn't it? Even a dog mightn't eat it." Frank's eyes scanned, face reddening. "This is deliberate, isn't it?" His voice shook with rage. "Yes, Dad," Erin said, unwavering. "This is what Oliver received 2 weeks ago." "Burnt meat," joked at. "How does it taste?" "Embarrassing? Hurtful? Worthless?" Barbara's mouth dropped open. "It was a joke." "A joke?" Erin's voice rose slightly. "Serving a 10-year-old burnt meat and mocking him as a joke? You've always put Oliver second. Special cookies for Amy, prime cuts for her, praise for her talents. Oliver's art, his heart, you ignore it all. Barbara's eyes welled, her voice breaking. This is cruel, shaming us like this. Aaron stood, pulling an envelope from a side table, handing it to them. Tickets for a family trip tomorrow, Caribbean Blue Resort. Oliver, Michael, me, all the family, Lisa's family as well. But not you. Frank glared at the envelope, his hands trembling as he verified it. You're cutting us out? Yes, Aaron firmly replied. You've cut Oliver out for years, no praise, no recognition, no worth. Until you grasp his hurt, you're out of our lives. Parents are supposed to love their children the same. If not, you forfeit the right to be grandparents. Barbara hid her face, shaking. You're humiliating us. Aaron relaxed a little. I'm demonstrating Oliver's feelings, hurt, invisible, each time Amy captures your affection. This meal comes to an end tonight. Oliver's wounds have endured for years. Oliver's voice was quiet. I enjoy drawing pictures. I wanted you to view them. Barbara's tears dropped, her eyes focusing on Oliver, really seeing him. Aaron placed his hand on his shoulder. This isn't cruelty, it's a lesson. An opportunity to change. If you care about Oliver, demonstrate it. Michael rose. Carlos, bring the actual dinner. Eat like a family, a new beginning. Carlos presented the same perfect meals to all of them. But the atmosphere had changed. Barbara and Frank dined in silence, their glances darting to Oliver, burdened by shame. Aaron drank her wine, looking at the night sky. Justice was near. Tomorrow they'd be off to the Caribbean without her parents. They'd have time to think. She smiled, looking at Oliver enjoy his meal. A month later, Aaron scrolled through her phone, smiling at a Caribbean photo. Her, Michael, Oliver, cousins, aunts, uncles laughing on turquoise shores. She'd posted it with, Best Family Vacation #loving family #Caribbean memories. The trip was magical. Oliver built sandcastles, snorkeled, glowed with joy. Without Barbara and Frank, the family felt free, unjudged. Mom, look. Oliver burst in, holding a watercolor of tropical fish from the trip. It's for the school exhibition. Aaron hugged him. Stunning, Oliver. You're so talented. Michael stepped in, putting a hand on Oliver's shoulder. A masterpiece, let's frame it. The doorbell sounded. Aaron scowled, uninvited guests. Michael looked through the peephole, his expression setting. It's Barbara and Frank. Aaron's gut twisted. She'd cut them off after the trip, her rage fresh. Pin it, she said, taking a deep breath. Oliver, play upstairs for now, adult conversation. Oliver hesitated, nodded, and went upstairs. Michael opened the door. Barbara and Frank stood there, worn, older. Barbara's eyes were red, Frank had a brown envelope. May we come in? Frank spoke softly. Aaron nodded rigidly. Please. Barbara remained in the living room, not on the couch. Aaron, we understand, she said, her voice trembling. We were mistaken, dreadfully mistaken. Frank clenched the envelope. What you did was just. We deserved it. He drew out a letter, his hands shaking. This is our apology. He read aloud. Dear Aaron, Michael, Oliver, we've unfairly privileged Lisa's family at the expense of Oliver. We're ashamed. We complimented Amy, disregarded Oliver's abilities, his heart. Your dinner, trip exclusion, all presented us with his anguish. We witnessed your smiling pictures, felt excluded, and understood Oliver's suffering. Barbara's voice cracked. We're in family therapy, finding out how we behaved. Please let us correct it with Oliver. Frank went on. We vow to alter, to be honest-to-goodness grandparents if you give us a chance. Aaron's hard face relaxed. We need to apologize to Oliver personally, Barbara wept. Aaron looked at Michael, who nodded. Oliver, come downstairs, she called. Oliver came down, cautious, holding his painting. Barbara went to his height, eyes brimming. Oliver, we got it wrong. We didn't realize your fantastic abilities, your heart. We love you. May we forgive us? Oliver hesitated, stern. Will you serve me steak, not burnt beef? The tension in the room dissipated. Frank chuckled, his eyes brimming with tears. I'll grill you the finest steak, champ. I'll show you how to grill, too. Barbara smiled. Can I see the paintings? I'd like them in our living room. Oliver nodded bashfully. Okay. Erin's chest was warmed, her eyes gentle. It'll take time, but we'll take it slow. Months later, the Morrisons were transformed. Barbara and Frank went to therapy, untangling their prejudice. Barbara acknowledged that her controlling behavior was inherited from her own mother. Lisa, at first angry, how could you embarrass them, saw them transformed and considered. I have spoiled Amy too much, she said to Erin. You were correct. The family reconvened at Barbara and Frank's by autumn, tension dissipated. There was laughter at the table. Barbara baked cookies for Amy and Oliver, showing his paintings and Amy's photographs. Frank instructed Oliver in woodworking, their birdhouse sitting in the yard. Each Sunday, Barbara complimented Oliver on his art, sticking his creations on the fridge. You will be a famous artist, she declared, beaming. Erin observed Frank and Oliver in the garden, grinning. Tough love had paid off. Wounds healing, ties stronger than ever before. Standing up for what's right sometimes remakes a family's heart. Hi folks, what an adventure. Erin's bravery brought hurt to love and equality. If you were touched by this, hit the like button. Comment, have you ever stood up for what's right and made a change? Share this with friends, they will be inspired. Subscribe and ring the bell for more triumph stories. Join our Patreon to submit your own story. Until next time.